Hello there, I'm Cher Johnston. Welcome to my happy place. Today I'm going to work on this pocket treasure, also called a pocket altar. This is part two. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish today. Um, I have part of it planned. I'm just showing you the outside pieces that I stitched on. And what I did is, this is my Tula Pink fabrics that I just love. I stitched them on using Aurifil threads. I'm sorry, I don't have them here. And then I washed it by hand, and it gives it it changes the texture. It makes it kind of bumpy. I kind of like it. It's not necessary, but I kind of like that. So here is the cross piece where now this is what we did in the first video, this little house, and the little house is going to go right here. I cut off the part that was there. Now I painted this with a little bit of Inktense pencils to make it look like, I'll make it look a little like moss or, greenery or something. And yeah, basically I'm going to sew that down like that. Before I do that, I want to do something with the sides. Now, I have a sort of a belly band kind of thing here, which I pinned in place. And I'm going to flip this around like this. And I'm going to stitch down these sides like that. Okay? And that is going to fit the little book that I'm making. I did a lot of work off camera, but I feel like I need to show you what I'm doing. So I have little pieces. I think that this is, I'll just measure it for you. This is 5 1/8 or 11 centimeters. And it's, wait, that's not 5 1/8. That's 4 1/8 because it starts at 1. So that's 4 1/8. This is 2 1/4. And these pieces are for the pages are just a bit smaller than that. And I marked a bunch of dots, and I marked them on the wrong side, but that's fine. I can just flip it around. So I'm going to show you I'm going to show you the stitch that I'm going to use around the outside. I put a knot, and I left a little bit of, this is sashiko yarn. It's cotton, it's very soft, it's very it's not like normal thread. It shreds, you can see here, shreds pretty easily, sort of becomes part of the fabric. Then I did little stitches so that I can do, I'm going to do this stitch that I saw this someplace where they called it something, and I don't, honestly, I went, oh, that is an actual stitch. and you can actually do that, and it would be a regular stitch. Well, I've done this before. I thought I just made something up. I'm doing just an overcast stitch, just going from one dot to the next dot. Then I'm going to go in that same dot again. And what this is going to do is make like it's almost like a satin stitch sort of binding kind of thing. Like if you do sewing, you would sew a binding. If it were bigger, you would put a binding on it with fabric. But this is tiny, teeny tiny. And so I'm just doing this. Also, because it's slow stitch and I do slow stitches. So I'm not going to do this whole thing, but I do want to jibber jabber a bit and just say thank you to everyone who watched the video, liked it, subscribed, got a lot of views. It was very popular, got a lot of wonderful comments. And I will put a link again in the description for the other videos that I saw. Rachel from Roxy Creations did one of these. I don't remember her name. I keep trying to remember to pay attention. I think it might be Tori. Anyways, Cool Kooky Creations. She did, no, Cool Kooky Creatures. All K's. K Cool, K Kooky, K Creatures. She has a very cool channel. She's um she's a kindred soul. She did the cutest little pocket altar that is shaped like a bird. I'll put a link to both of her videos in the description. She did a pattern. You can go to her site and get a pattern. She did a bird, and the bird has little dangly feet. It is adorable. I saw that and I went, oh my gosh, I can't believe the what do you call it, serendipity, or I can't believe yeah, I was going to do a little bird for my little pocket treasures. Let me show you one of my birds. I made these little birds, and it's hanging on a thing that I ended up using for threads, of course, because yeah. But anyways, but the little birds, I can't really hang them because I have a cat. So I have to get them out of her way, you know? But I thought, I want to make another little bird to go in my pocket treasure. And then I saw her bird where she did the little dangly feet. And I just went, oh, I need to do little dangly feet on my bird. That would be very cool. But I'm not going to do that today because I have and I have so many different ideas for different pocket altars, like religious kind of things. And I started gathering things. This might be really silly, but I started gathering things to go inside mine. And I found, like, this came off something that my mom made for me. That was my mom's name, Johnny Bishop. And then I have buttons, and I have a little fairy. I designed a little fairy that we're gonna stitch today. That came from this. And I have this little bead that's sort of coming apart. I think I showed this already, the little kitty cat. So cute. My little palette, my little rock, paper, scissors lizard. If you watch The Big Bang Theory, you'll get the reference. Little Cupid, anyways. I don't know how many of those things. I'm not going to be able to fit them all into this one. So I have to pick out my favorites and just do all my favorites in here. Yeah. But for right now, we're going to do a little book, because that was the first thing that I wanted to do, was a little book. And I'm going to go around the corner. I'm going to go back into this same little dot there and wrap it around this side. Now this book doesn't have anything on the cover. It's going to go this way. And I have two little pages that are going to go into the book. This one is a piece of a hanky that I got in Happy Mail. And the other one is just a piece of linen that came from someplace. Anyway, I'm not going to jibber jabber about this and go on, and I'm going to do this off camera and come back. Okay, I stitched this down with some sewing thread, and I made sure that I didn't go through this side. Not that it really matters, but oh, and I just realized I put this on upside down. I don't know if it matters. So I finished this off. I sewed these together. Oh, I just pinned through. All right. That's a pin from my mommy. It might be antique, but I know it's vintage. So I sewed down the center there. And maybe I'll put a little tab or something on here. I may have to go and my Mitzi is trying to tell me something. I fed her. She goes. Now she's going to look out the window again. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I left a little thing there. Might put something on the front, but I can do that later. This little guy is going to go in here. Now, I didn't, with this book, I don't want to cover up all the stitches on the back. I think I'm going to do another one where I will cover up the stitches, and I can show you that. But if you wanted to put like a thing over top to cover up those stitches, and then just stitch, like do a blanket stitch, or a Berwick stitch around the edge, that might look really cool. I just did that all off camera. So I want to do this side too before because this will come out. That can just come out. And I want to do this side before we do the rest of it. Now I'm going to do a little fairy. Here's the little, I was thinking I was going to put this in my book someplace, but it's so cute. So this was inspired by this opposite way. So I drew in a little stick figure. I did one of these before, so I'm just going to do another one. A little bit differently though. I'm going to do the wings first. And the wings, again, I have this metallic floss 144F-10. This is discontinued. I got it at a thrift store. Someone in the comments said that she got some from a thrift store. Which is, I guess, the only way you can get it now because it's discontinued. So I'm going to do a detached chain stitch. I'm going to wrap the thread, and I want it to be kind of loopy, so I'm not going to pull too tight. There we go. And I think I'm going to do the other one also. I mean the one on the other side as well. That didn't sound great, did it? All right. I think I like those. They will look much better when that blue ink is gone. Okay. Now, see, that's her arm. And I think I'm going to do little stitches here and see her arms there. Maybe I should do stitches here and here. I don't know. Let's just try it. I just don't want them to interfere with her arms. Let's try them here. Okay. Not doing a very good job of staying on camera, am I? And I have here some Aurifil. That's Aurifil. The closed captioning always misspells it. I try to catch it, but I can't always. It's 100% cotton. This is 2205. That's the color. It's flesh. So it does turn out a nice flesh color. Now, I normally do some stitches back and forth, you know, horizontally first to make it kind of padded, but Oh no, this one's pretty teeny tiny. So I'm just going to try to do some stitches, some vertical stitches. Let's see if we can get away with that. This is a satin stitch. See, without the padding, it's even coming right up off that page. That's pretty cool. I like it, I like it, I like it. Okay. Then for her little body, let's do arms first. She's so tiny, they might just be one little stitch. Let's try one stitch first. See what she looks like there. Keep getting caught. I try to clean my desk so that I don't have crap all over. And I get so distracted by things, projects, and things, and you know. This one, I wanted her. Oh, let's do this. I wanted her to have an elbow. I wanted her to be reaching for this flower that we're going to do. I think that looks pretty good. Now, wow, okay. Let's do I'm having a hard time getting through the back. Come out where I want it. All right. Now for her body, I'm going to do a wrap chain stitch. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a chain stitch. And then another chain stitch right there. I'm going to go down to the back. Then, oh, I don't know if I'm staying on camera or not. I think I am. I come up here and I'm going to wrap that chain stitch by going under and around it. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh gosh, I'm easily amused. My ex-husband used to tell me that as if it was a bad thing. Um, I'm having trouble. Yeah, baby. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, she wants something. Um, Let me just finish my thought. Um, Totally forgot what I was saying. Easily amused. Uh, Having a little trouble with my eyes tonight, and oh my gosh. Oh, I was saying easily amused. Sometimes I make something and it's so darn cute. I I just can't stand it. I'm sorry. Okay. I have to go see what my cat wants. She's obviously wants something. I'll be back. It looks a little like a bullion knot. Maybe I should have just done a bullion knot. Okay, I'll be back. Okay. That didn't take long. Sometimes she just wants to cuddle a little bit, I guess. But she won't let me just pick her up. And, okay, I have to think a minute. Okay, that'll be her butt. She won't just let me just pick her up. I have to go sit down in the chair and very calmly get her into my lap and pet her and brush her and it only takes about 2 or 3 minutes and she's done. Oh, I don't know about these stitches. I don't know if this is enough. Burr, 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 burr. You know what? Let's see. Let's do this one first. Because this has to go behind that one. And yeah, she needs to have a skirt of some kind. Hmm. I don't know why I'm having such trouble staying on camera today. Okay. I think I want her arms to be a little more substantial also. And I think what I'm going to have to do is, I think I have to iron out that blue, the blue mark, just really see what she's going to look like. I'm going to end this off. I have some green thread here. I really want a flower. Some Queen Anne's lace. I have this whole discussion on YouTube with my friend Sarah Lee Armstrong about Queen Anne's lace. She does journals, and she um, pressed some Queen Anne's lace, and it was so pretty. Whoa! I just moved the camera, and that might be a better shot there. Anyway, Sherry Iris does cow parsley. It looks very, very similar. So I, being me, had to search it. Like, what is the difference? What does cow parsley look like, and what does Queen Anne's lace look like? Well, they look like the same darn thing to me. So I decided they're the same thing. They're the same darn thing. So this one's going to have a stem stitch stem, of course. All right. I have here, this is some sashiko thread that's it's cotton. It's very, very soft. It's fluffy of using it. Should make, if I do a single wrap French knot, should make for fluffy little knots that are not going to show up well on white fabric. Didn't think about that. All right. My greenery there looks a bit like a menorah. Ooh. I do crack myself up sometimes. Okay, easily amused. All right. I'm going to do these off camera, and then I'm going to get rid of those blue marks and see what we have. Okay, I ironed out the blue ink, and this that sparkly stuff, it kind of melted. But I have here some of my Dazzle, the Spargo Razzle Dazzle. I put this, I did this um, with a different color thread, and I didn't like it. So I'm going to do it with this Razzle Dazzle, see if this works. Needs to be really close there. Okay. And if this doesn't work, I might have too many holes in the fabric. Oh wait, that needs to go through there. What I'm doing is a buttonhole stitch. Like a sort of like a buttonhole wheel, but not like a full all the way around kind of wheel. Then I'm going to switch to a detached buttonhole. It's looking very much like a lovely petal, isn't it? All right. I probably should have used a thinner well, now it's going to cover up her legs completely. Does it matter to me? No. Let's see if I can. Um, I did have tweezers, but no. All right. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm just easily amused. This time I'm going to go in here. I'm going to attach it here. Okay. I do really amuse myself. All right, she needs to have a something on her top. Okay, now I have to fix the wings. Okay, next, I have to take this guy. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to sew that down like that. I'm going to sew that down off camera. And then I have to cut this. I'm just going to put a piece of that there because I don't want to cover all that up. And then put my book in. I want something on this page of the book. And I'll be back just to show you the end. Okay, so I took my little book and I added this little charm, the little sewing machine. I put a little thing on the front and I added a charm in here. And that's from my mom. And I put a little tab. And so the book is going to go right here. And then, of course, I got this all sewn in. This is not sewn down yet. This is not sewn down yet. I looked at attaching it and I decided it has to have some lines and some music notes. My granddaughter and I talked about music notes when I saw them on Saturday. So there's that. And then the rest is not, of course, this is attached and this gets attached to that. But I have a pocket. This is actually two pockets. See? Burp, burp, burp. So I need to attach a pocket to put some other things in. And I want to make a little bird, a little birdie. I think I showed that already. And if I could record an hour-long video, this might have been 2 parts. It's going to end up being 3 parts. The last part might just be, look what I did. This is my next one. We were visiting on Saturday and she had this hanging on her wall. And I have to do this for her. This is, she said her favorite color is blue. So this is from some jeans that I had that I loved. And then there's going to be pockets. This, I want to put a hole in the center and put a photograph of her little granddaughter in there. How cute would that be? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that's all for today. That's all for now. I have to do some other things like, clean my house, and I've been so obsessed with this. I need to, anyways. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see part 3 or if you just want to see the finished after it's done. Do you want to see me do a bird? Because I want to do a bird. Um Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.